Can you tell me a little bit about the film that you're making?
Well, the film is called Mud, and it's placed in 1935, the year of George's Silver Jubilee. So we're taking advantage of that in this picture. It becomes an important point in the picture. And it's a story of an American who probably has worked his way across in a freighter from northern United States and gotten whatever job he could in northern England. It was during the Depression, and there weren't too many jobs, and there were a lot of problems with labor unions and so forth, but he probably got a job by hook or crook. And met a man who had a harebrained idea of going to London or thereabouts and committing a robbery of an armored truck. It was an armored truck built to hold the jewels of some of the visiting Maharajas from parts of the United Kingdom.
We don't have too many Maharajas.
No,
you mean,
but at that time,
the Empire, yes.
But at that time, whatever, not the United Kingdom, I meant the Empire, from India, someplace. Anyway, there are 4 of them that are supposedly involved in this. So our hero, Duke, decides he's got about 4 or 5 days to do some sightseeing before he gets down to London to commit this terrible robbery of some £1 million of jewels, and stops off in a holiday spot out in the middle of the moors and meets, of all people, a young Irish girl played by Pamela McMyler, who's also American, but she's marvelous with her accents and so forth. Anyway, she has left Ireland and come to this cafe, which is the middle of the bleakest country you can imagine.
And this is where the West Country comes in.
Yeah. It could be, I guess, on the northern coast, way up north, if you will, but this supplied all of the major locations that we needed. So, in any case, they strike up a kind of a relationship. She stows away in the back of his truck, if you want to call that a relationship, and becomes the catalyst for everything that befalls this poor slob, all the way down through England. All he wants to do is get from point A to point B, and she causes havoc in his life.
So it's a comedy as well.
Yes, it is. At the same time, there's a love story that evolves out of this. It's not the kind of traditional love story. It's they hate each other. I mean, he can't stand her. She's dead weight. But they, in spite of that, fall in love, which is really the excitement of anything dramatic. I think is to find things that people dealing with heavy obstacles, and in spite of that, the audience watches relationships bloom. You know,
the film industry being what it is this why, in fact, you've taken up singing? I mean, today, for example, your second record is #1 here in Britain.
Is it?
Yes, I believe it's #1 today.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you, Emma, you've written
yes,
that.
I
understood. I understood.
Oh, that's
the one
marvelous.
Ago.
That's marvelous.
Is this why, in fact, you went into singing?
Because I'm high risk? I don't know. No. I've been a singer for, I've worked at singing for some time since I started in the business. It was about 12, 13 years ago. And I started out, put my way through college and decided that was what I wanted to do. You know, I went to New York to be an actor.
You've acquired a great deal of fame because of your television series. How much do you feel imprisoned by all this fame?
Well, unfortunately, I don't see. It's completely different from who I am, because I'm very outgoing, enjoying people. I love being around people. I'd like to think that one of my assets is my vulnerability. Unfortunately, people, without realizing it, take advantage of that, to the point where there is little or no place that I can be, especially in this country. And as much as you owe something to the people who allow you to be who you are, in a certain sense, I owe a lot to myself too. You know, I worked very hard in this, and I think the success of doing it is more important to me than the success of the adulation or the whatever. And it becomes very difficult to find a place just to be alone. So you have to kind of put restrictions up on top and say, I'm sorry, I'd love to. Oh, come on, just one. And it becomes another, and then it becomes another. And whereas you'd like to spend time with people, it's very hard to even get to know people because of it. Because you can talk to them, they don't care about anything except, can I have the autograph? You know, and that's not what communication's about.
David, welcome to the West Country.
Thank you.
Very glad you came down here. We look forward to seeing you when you come back again. I'm not going to say where.
No, no. It's the first chance I've had to see the English countryside, really, and it is beautiful. It really is.